how do I ask for a raise? So people often ask like, oh yeah, I'm worth more money, and what is the best language to ask? A very important topic that I often get asked at the company: how do I get a raise? And then I guess for business owners, so how do you make more money out of your existing clients or new clients? And I'm just going to share a couple of things that actually has worked for me, both on my days when I used to work as an employee for IBM, and then currently, at our company. So I guess to cover first, how do I ask for a raise? So people often ask like, oh yeah, I'm worth more money, and what is the best language to ask? So typically what I always recommend is that you have to make yourself irreplaceable in an organization, because it's something very important to note that the more irreplaceable you become, the more you can demand. Same thing goes as a company level. I often tell and remind people in our company, say, look, we are replaceable just like that to other companies. So we have to remember that rule. And that's will be one lesson actually that has really helped me to not get complacent, that you are replaceable. We all are. So what can you do? So for me, I remember when I used to work in IBM, I used to go to my director all the time and say, hey, look, I finished the task at hand. What else can I do? And I go to this director at least 3-4 times, in a month. And he knew that, hey, look, if he needs to get something done, I'm the guy. And I would do it. And I would do it on time or early. And I would do it really well. So if you have this attitude, this is something that will really help you to increase your worth at the company organization. And there's a way that you could ask about how do you get a raise, but this particular rule itself actually has got me, I think, 4 promotions in my 5.5 years working as a senior software engineer in IBM Ireland. So for me, it's always really important that you make yourself very, very much irreplaceable. So that's one rule that has really helped. And then, so let's say you are doing that. What's the correct language to apply? How do you ask for this? Because at the end of the day, you want to make the most out of your journey at the organization that you're in. So one way of speaking, which I thought has been very helpful for me, was if someone comes to me and say, hey, look, this is what I want to achieve. I want to achieve this and this. Let's say if somebody makes, let's say if you are speaking in euros or dollars, I'm earning 3,000 euros a month, and I would really want to ask to see what can I do to be able to be at the stage to achieve a monthly of 4,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, whatever, right? Whatever the currency you're going to set it. So now you're giving an opportunity to your manager on the other side or director to tell you, like, okay, you want this raise? Here's what you need to do. Here's what the company would, if you do this. Now, asking in that language, it's really powerful, because now you're giving him an opportunity to tell you what you need to be doing. And I have people in the past who are coming to me and says, hey, I want to make $250,000 this year. How do I do that? So And I love that because this is really good. That means this person is really, really ambitious. And I said, okay, you want to achieve this kind? Sure. Here's what you need to do. If you do this and this and this, this is how you're going to get there. Now, that's not for everybody. You know, you could do it at whatever the level is. So that's at the company level, which is, as an employee, really helped. And in fact, most great, smart people never actually directly ask. They just like having a conversation. But you have to understand, for you to get there, to have that conversation, you need to raise your net worth. So what I mean by that is you need to make yourself irreplaceable at the organization. You need to take any challenge that you can take. So then when you have this conversation, the person on the other side, they're like, okay, well, I really want to help this person because this person is very irreplaceable. And that's one way it has worked for me in the past, which has been very good actually. And looking back, I took at least 4 promotions when I used to work